Hey Cancer, welcome to your 2019 January horoscope and taroscope. Let's start at the beginning. Guess what? This is one of the most earth-shattering, or should I say moon-shattering months for you, because we have two eclipses, the new moon solar eclipse and then the lunar eclipse. And the fundamental focus of this month for you is all about your intimate relationships and your sense of security. But there is great magic to come to you around your relationships and finding balance within yourself. But we cannot dismiss the power of the eclipse because, you know, this is the moon always has a big impact on you. This one's having an impact on everyone, but for you, it's, intensified. You know, it could be a thrilling ride, but it's certainly going to be many revelations. So, whatever you're thinking at the beginning of the month, by the end of the month, you are a transformed being, potentially, where you are rising in your power, you are sorting out your relationships and your sense of security. But I have to say, within that, there may be some rocky times where you feel overwhelmed by emotion, overwhelmed by events that are happening, and overwhelmed by revelations, by actually seeing what you need to see. We can all ignore certain things. We can all ignore what we need to see on an emotional level sometimes. You're going to see the answers. It could be a peak emotional experience for you, but certainly it's going to be a revelation. Excuse me, my iPad has gone off. I'm just over here trying to bring that back. Okay. So there's a very positive change with Mars on the 1st of January, which is giving you the courage, the conviction, and the power to go after what you want when it comes to your career. You're not holding back. You're like entering the new year with fire in your belly and you're like, rah, bring it. I'm ready. And you're courageous and you're much more confident than usual. And in fact, bold when it comes to your career, because that energy is there. And maybe you've been thinking over the holiday period, I need a change, or I need to just get on and do what I've got to do. But whatever it is, Mars is giving you that gift. And then we have all the stuff in your relationship zone going on. We have the Sun conjunct Saturn. Again, you're dedicated to sorting out your emotional life. If you're single or celibate, that could be your friendships, your relationship to yourself, whatever. If you're in relationships or want to be in relationships, you are right. I am committing to making this the best year ever when it comes to relationships. And I need peace and harmony in my life. I cannot put up with any more crap. Peace and harmony, please, universe. And you're digging in. The Sun conjunct Saturn, you're definitely in January, you'll be confident that you can resolve your relationships. You're also being very balanced and very fair when it comes to talking about anything emotional, because Mercury is in that zone. Then we have the big eclipse. And what can I say? It's a new start. So on a positive note, let's say you've got relationship issues, sexuality issues, issues to do with that you're carrying, or, let me tell you, everybody in a relationship is a nightmare. It brings out the best and the worst in us. We show our partner's side to ourselves. We wouldn't ever show anyone else. And, we've all got our stuff that we have to deal with when it comes to intimate relationships. Equally so, our partners can seem like the angel outside, but be a little devil at home, or annoying, or have terrible habits, or, be dismissive of us. Whatever it is, we have to work on ourselves to be able to transform that. And you are being given everything you need to change your patterns to lead forward to the happiness you want in relationships. But if it's not working, or if there's something that is unfixable, this eclipse is going to highlight that for you, because it's a new start for you. And the energy is leading you towards greater happiness at the time. Particularly, let's say you're in a terrible relationship, you feel it's coming to an end, it ends this month. Obviously, it's not pleasant, but ultimately, you've got to hang on to the fact, or if somebody leaves you, you've got to hang on to the fact that cosmically, you are being led towards a more loving and balanced relationship space for you. And it's for your, it will end up giving you great rewards. Hold on one sec. Bloody iPad. Hold on. What? Oh. This is very annoying. Okay. I'm trying to set the thing so it doesn't do that, but I don't know. Right. We then have, Uranus is going direct in your career zone. So you have the opportunity for sudden work things to come up. Grab those opportunities if you want them. Don't dither, because you've got the fire to do it now. Venus is shifting signs and making you go, right, I'm going to get into my health and fitness mid-month. You'll probably do a dry January. In my case, I normally do mid-dry January. I keep partying like an Aries for a few days after it ends. But whatever you're doing, you're going to be conscious of your health and you'll be supported in that. And things like meditation are particularly good for you this month. Just having that space just to be. So maybe check that out. Again, big shifts in your relationship around the 11th of January, around that time. Look it up for your country. Any date you're interested in, I'll say what it is and you can just Google it. So around the 7th, Venus, around the 11th, the sun is conjunct Pluto. That is to do with massive transformation again. But it's also about you feeling in your power and having the confidence of the sun to make some changes or to say, that's enough, that's my line, no more, thank you very much. For some people, you also have a massive, exciting, erotic experience around that time where you feel in touch with your own sexuality and power. Venus is trine Mars as well, which is giving you that push around your career around the 18th. But of course, the big news is the total lunar eclipse and supermoon. So supermoon means it's the biggest and the brightest and the closest looking. So it has even more impact. And for you, it's about your sense of security. It could bring you a peak experience where you suddenly feel more abundant. Or it could be that you end up shaking things up and you realize what is important and what is true security. I mean, sometimes in life we cling on to things because we feel that they're secure, but once we let them go and we move on, we're like, nah, that wasn't secure. What was I doing? So you're discovering with this, without doubt, you're discovering what true security is, and you're being shaken up to know your strength and your power. But there is also the potential for something fabulous and to do with money and abundance coming your way. So it's not necessarily in the way that you see. Towards the end of the month, Mercury shifting signs are going into your primal zone. And then the sun is conjunct Mercury on the 30th in that primal zone. There's lots of discussions about maybe the past, maybe secrets, maybe to do with, it could be anything. It's primal, life, death, rebirth, sex, obsession, jealousy, any of those things going on. You're talking about it towards the end of the month, or you might be feeling very fired up. Another positive career day for you is the 25th, where Mars trines Jupiter. You put the fire and action into really expanding, and Jupiter may be bringing you a good gift. So there's a lot of work to be done with a lot of potential and a lot of emotion this month. But you are strong. You know, there's a lot of very positive energies around that say you can not only deal with this, you can thrive and grow through it. So have faith in yourself. All right, let's have a little shuffle. Let's see what's going on. First card, the Emperor. But actually, do you know, that could be you because you've got all that 10th house going on. So you may be in your power, on your throne, strong, immovable, and not letting anybody, you know, disrespect your power and your decision to be in a position of power. Sometimes that's hard for you because you're very nurturing and you don't really care about being the most powerful person in the room. So if somebody's got a bigger ego, you kind of, you know, you let them get on with it. But maybe you need a bit of the Emperor vibes. You need to be the father to yourself, the strong father, the positive father. You know, you're letting go of a lot of stuff this month. You're on an emotional journey. So you need that strength and boundaries, saying no to people so that you can go on your emotional journey to cross that river and to move on. Don't forget, what I always say about this card is when you're on your emotional journey, when you get off that emotional boat, don't take the swords with you. Leave them on the boat. You know, don't think about hanging on to whatever happened. You allow yourself to have the rebirth, to be free, to be you. You're definitely going on a journey. Things are going to take off hotly in January. You're rushing forward, but again, with this card, it is the mind. Notice there is no reins. It's the mind. It's your mind that's going to steer you. So when things start to happen, how you think is going to help determine the direction that you go in. But I love the Chariot because it means things are happening. Yes, there's lots of work for you to do, but you're prepared to do that. And I think you're more there than you realise. Don't forget that you are the Queen of Cups. You are emotional. You are deep thinking. But you have the potential to find your happiness, to be the queen that you are this month through a deep healing. You know, after that sense of of going through all the emotions and going through that emotional passage, you reach the point on the shore where you're inspired and healed. Great inspiration comes with the star. It's those points in our life where, you know, the drama's over and we just wake up and it's like spring and we can hear the birdies and you can suddenly have an idea about what you want to do in the world. Now it's a different place without all, you know, the difficulties in it. You know, again, don't forget to leave your burdens. Allow yourself to see the star when it comes. But, you know, I think you're going to do that. There ain't no doubt about it. You're allowing yourself to be at the end of this month, if you do the work, in that position of power. And also, yeah, you know, getting a career goal that you seek, a grounded, safer, more secure time. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon.